Good afternoon, and welcome to Urban Wine. I'm your dreadlock connoisseur, Michael, and today we want to talk to you about how to smell wine and why you smell wine. So, what I have before you is a Chenin Blanc from France, which is a Vouvray region. So, I like the Vouvrays more than just a Chenin Blanc. Well, Chenin Blanc, you got some good ones, really from South Africa. Those are really, really crisp and good. You got some good smells and flavors. But I love the Vouvrays. Most of the Vouvrays that I had from France are a little more sweet, fruit forward on the front end, lemony, lemon rind type, a little pineapple in some. It depends on what brand that you have. So you're getting a lot of different flavors from that. But this Vouvray is actually a lot less drier as well than most French Chenin Blancs. So this is a little different selection. So I wanted to try a white wine and how you should smell it. So think about this. When you smell and it's an aroma, with red, you getting like plums and strawberries and berries and a lot of like dark fruits. When you talking about white wine, you're getting maybe bent bananas, pineapples, lemons, limes, pears, peaches, those kind of brighter like fruits from there. Melons, especially something in regards to a Sauvignon Blanc. You know, you get the grassy smells and aromas. So why? Well, one of the reasons that you should want to smell your wine is part of the enjoyment of it is it's what you get before you actually taste it. So it's an anticipation. So when you're looking at your wine, you say, hey, what a beautiful color it has, and you're swirling it, it's taking all of that flavor and everything that's in it and it's bringing it up to the top. So give it a good swirl. Give it a good swirl and put your nose directly in there. Take a deep breath in there, kind of hold it. I kind of let it go kind of quickly. Hold it in there and then start imagining what you smell. When you open your eyes, you're looking at things and then you're trying to coordinate it. Hey, I'm smelling this. It smells like that. Take it, swirl it, get that aroma to the top so it's coming out of the top of that, and take that whiff. So what am I getting out of it? This Vouvray says cream, kind of pears, some walnuts. I didn't get the walnuts yet. And the creaminess, really that's more of a taste than a smell. But what I am getting is a little lemony rind. Not that taste of the lemon, but the rind smell. So you're getting some lemony, maybe a little peachy. It's a little peach kind of smell on that. So I'm taking that. So remember, after you take that aroma and you smell it and you take it in, the next thing you want to do is then you taste it. Try not to smell and taste, because then you're not really having a separation of what you're tasting in regards to what you're smelling. Sometimes, and it depends on the wine, sometimes they're different. Sometimes they align right into that. So that's why I take it in and I swirl it. Got the little walnut taste, a little bit of walnut taste. Got a little bit of a pear, you know, a light pear, but you're not getting that. And then a little more lemony. So I'm getting that. But remember, I had the lemony on the front end. Not really sure. It's not too much grassy or herbal that I get from this. I'm not getting a lot of that. But I'm getting a little nutty in on the back end. I'm getting that fruit, that pear, and that lemon right there. But that's what you're supposed to get, especially with a lot of good white wines. But if you get a cork taste, some people say cork, hey, this is a cork taste. If you get something like a wet, damped kind of taste or smell, especially a smell, something's wrong with that. Usually it's corked, that dry cork, and it's been sitting there and the dry cork is there, and or the cork fell in. It's a cork taste. So you don't want anything like dry wood. You don't want anything like a newspaper or a rag that's been wet and just sat out and just got that damp kind of, whoa, this is disgusting. So be careful on all those. One way of trying to say, well, I still didn't know what I'm getting. So kind of do this. Hold your nose, and a strawberry or a plum, or try to get like a deep, not too fruity, but a lot of dark fruit. Hold your nose, eat a strawberry, plum, blueberry, and just start chewing on it. You probably get a certain taste, but then let your nose go. You're gonna get a lot more because they complement each other. And the wine isn't to be drunk, is to be experienced. And that's what I tell people. I can say, oh, I smelled the lemons, I smelled this. And my partner over here, they will say, hey, you know what? Smell pineapples to me. Let me get that. No, not quite, but I can get where you may get the pineapples. And I may not be sensitive to pineapple taste or pineapple smell because I may not eat it as much. So take in consideration, just because you don't smell what somebody else smells doesn't make it wrong. Wine is a great experience for you to be able to say, hey, this is what I got, this is what I smelled, this is what I enjoyed. Very, very good. And a lot of times, the more you drink it and the more you educate your palate, your taste, your palate, your smell, the more you educate your palate, the more you can determine what you're smelling, what you're tasting, and how you want to enjoy your wine.
So what I have here is your flavor profiles infograph of white wine varieties. And around each variety, you have your touch of flavors as well as aromas that is associated to each variety.
So hope this was educational or worth it or something. But we're going to go into really how you taste the wine next. So going forward, I want to get that laid out and say, how is your palate? Your palate may be strong with less sweet. I don't like sweet. I can taste more of a dark, woodsy, kind of different grain or peanuts or coffee. And some people just say, oh, I always smell pineapples and peaches and lemons and limes and different things like that. So it's your palate. Own your own palate and educate your own. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed. And see you next time on Urban Wine Life.